Hello, YouTube. I'm Vince White. I'm an employment attorney, and today we're talking about Salt Bay. I don't know. This guy was an internet phenomenon. God, I'm old. Like 5 years ago, I don't know, 3 years ago. It was the guy with like aviators on and like great hair who would like put salt. He would like pose over the table and like put salt like this, like flexing or something. Um, and he eventually went from being a meme to opening an actual restaurant, I think in New York City. And recently, friend of the channel David sent me an article where this guy was being sued for overtime issues. He had misclassified some of his employees and basically just given them a title that would have kicked them out of the class of people who would receive overtime, right? Certain jobs, certain levels, don't qualify for unemployment. They're called overtime exempt. Here's the thing. It's not really just about the title, right? It's actually about applying kind of a multi-step test to the position, seeing if they have things like the power to hire and fire, right? That's a big issue. Generally, you're looking for some kind of managerial level or specific factors. And what happened to Salt Bay, Mister Right? He, or at least his restaurant or his managers or whoever did it, assigned people titles that sounded overtime exempt, but their actual job duties were not overtime exempt, right? And that works for a while because the people working, they Google, they say, I think I should be getting overtime. I'm working 80 hours a week. Why shouldn't I make more money? And they see, oh no, my job title of like head chef or sous chef, whatever it was, it's overtime exempt. So I guess I don't get overtime. And that works, for a while because people don't necessarily know. They're lay people. They're not employment attorneys. How are they going to know, right? Like they can cook the hell out of Salt Bay steak, but they can't know if they're exempt or not. Not really. In the same way, my steak's pretty good, probably better than Salt Bay steak, but like in general, I'm not going to be as good a chef as a professional chef, right? And yeah, I'm not kidding. My steak, I assure you, it's better than 50% of steakhouses in New York City. Just is what it is. You can doubt me. Come at me, bro. It's good. It's so good. It's so good that when people come to my house and have the steak that I make, they overeat and get really sick and have a terrible night. That's how good it is. Is what it is. I'm saying. Now, this is interesting. And the reason I think David, friend of the channel, David, brought this up to me was, a reminder. A reminder for the people of the world, well, the people of the U.S., that your title does not determine if you are overtime exempt or not. It just doesn't. There's a test to be applied. And if you think you're working a lot of overtime, you're not getting paid for it, and you think it's questionable, call up an employment attorney. Get a free consultation. Doesn't have to be me. It's fine. Call somebody locally. You're better off calling somebody locally. We're airdropping attorneys all around the country, and that's great. And if you don't like your local options, yeah, give us a call. But call an employment attorney. Get a free consultation. Have a conversation about specifically, hey, should I be getting overtime? I feel like I'm owed a lot. Can we talk this out? Can we apply the test? And I suspect anybody worth their Salt Bay in this industry will be happy to do that test for you free of charge and a free consultation. Because if you're in this industry and you're not actively trying to help people, what are you doing, right? And why would you be in this industry at that point? Unless you're one of those, I always love it when the PI attorneys tell me like, oh, your industry's easy money. Nah, not the case. It's a tough gig. You're swinging every day. Every day is a hate crime. It gets ugly, right? And I don't mean that as a joke. Like, literally, people call me and relate like the facts of a hate crime pretty much every single day, and then I have to decide if I can help them or not, right? Anyways, so call an employment attorney. See if you're exempt, see if you're not. See if you're properly classified. Should be free to do that. Very leery of any employment attorney charging for a consultation. They're allowed to. They can. They write me mean letters when I say this. There's some lady in the deep south keeps writing me mean letters about how I shouldn't say that attorneys shouldn't charge for consultations. Like, listen, lady, I'm sure you're a great attorney, but I wouldn't pay for your time. And I don't think anybody else should either, unless you're actually handling a case for them, right? Comment down below if you have questions, if you have comments, if you want to tell me my steak's not as good as it actually is, because it's so good. And like and subscribe. It helps me to help more people just like you.